Facebook, if you have a fan page, like mine is 1,400. I can't reach my 1,400 fan base. It only shows like I think 10% on the news feeds.
Yeah, I'm actually taping you guys right now. Let's just talk about Instagram again, because I think the way that like physique competitors market themselves is real important. So you were saying that you think Instagram is more friendly for
because they're already on there knowing that the purpose is to take pictures, and they want to find more about your life with pictures, what supplements you take, what clothes you buy. It's everything about Instagram is pure marketing. A lot of Facebook is just social media where they're just, where's the next party, where can I drink, where can I do things that are totally contradictory towards fitness, where I think like Instagram, if I post something of like the supplements I take, all my followers, they're really receptive towards, okay, I want to go buy that now. Like I posted pictures of my shoes. People want to know where my shoes were. On Facebook, people don't really care about that. I don't feel like. So.
And Colin had said you're really good at Instagram. What's Instagram all about? It's not just uploading photos. You have to like have a.
I mean, like I think what he means is like I started my Instagram account, I believe, 6 to 8 weeks ago, and I already have 2,000 followers and over 2,000. And I feel like with Instagram, it's one of those that's pretty hard to build up a following on Instagram, because it really is your only way of communicating really and starting up is just through pictures. And if you don't have engaging pictures, nobody's going to follow you. So it's a lot harder to capture your life in pictures than with words and everything else that Facebook has to offer. That's one, that's one better avenue for Facebook, is that they have, you can send messages, chat and things, but with Instagram, they have online messengers where people can just email me. So. And
one more question too. Actually, with Instagram, I think I have to even apply. It's not even like you don't just join. You have to like apply and describe.
No, you can just join.
You can just join now. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And people can join without. You don't have to have an iPhone anymore. So.
Okay. What do you guys think about, like, as far as other physique competitors go, yourselves actually developing a .com, an actual, or do you think it's just social media these days?
I don't think it's as useful right now. Just because unless you have your own like prep service or an online store, there's no way for you to convert your web address into revenue, which is mostly the main point of that. Like you can link. The thing is with it, it does have like credibility. Like if you go to www.colinweng.com, you can reach my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and you know those are for real mine. They're all based off of my actual website. But that's the only like advantage I see. Because if you want to see pictures, you're gonna go to my Instagram. If you want to see my updates, you're gonna go on my Twitter. Like there's certain social medias are used for certain things, and that's why I meant when I said Winston's good at Instagram, because he understands the community and how to engage it.
Okay, and then also as far as photographers that you work with, I know you were raving about a photographer.
Pat Lee.
Yeah, tell us about him and like about how important it is to hook up with the right photographer. Is it?
Right. Well, a lot of photographers, they'll just find a guy, and their work might have been done majority of like in fashion with women, and they might not be very with fitness and photography, it's a totally different like ball game. Like a lot of those photographers that are good at it, it's because they're really good at manipulating the lighting, the angles to really accentuate your muscles. And Pat Lee is one of the best at it that I can tell. He makes guys who are maybe not even the best conditioning for a photo shoot look 3 to 5% leaner than they are. Maybe make a guy look 20 to 30 pounds heavier and more muscular than they are. And not just that, he has really good editing. Like it looks very professional, very colorful, really nice. So just when looking for photographers, that's what I would look for. Because a lot of photographers out there really don't know how to manipulate your body to really showcase what the hard physique that you've achieved. Like they can really like minimize the results.
And one last, I know you guys want to get back to training. Just one last question. What do you guys think about Twitter?
Twitter's really good. I still don't know how to really use it. I do know like certain popular hashtags and stuff. If you do hashtag popular ones, people can find you. It's good for like the people who are going to use Twitter are going to be looking at their feed, and it's going to blow up with whoever they're following a lot. And then the thing is, you don't have to really. It's not like Facebook where it's annoying when you post multiple things at once, but with Twitter you can post as much as you want and it doesn't really matter as much.
Cool.
Yeah, and last thing, like you said about Twitter, it's I guess similar with Instagram. it's a place where you can write. That's what's different from Instagram, but you don't get judged like you do on Facebook. I feel like a lot of people on Facebook, you post a status and people are, whether they comment on below or they just talk behind your back, you know, people judge you a lot more on Facebook.
I think it has to do with the like system.
Yeah, and just on, like you said, with Instagram, you can just post a couple things throughout the day what you're doing, and people don't get annoyed by that because they understand that's the purpose of Twitter. Or on Facebook, just like I said, people are just a lot more quick to judge.
So I guess the point to take home is Instagram is really the future as far as it goes for, in your opinion, as far as physique.
Yeah, I don't know if it's to say it's the future, but I mean, I think me and Colin both agree on it's important to engage in all three.
Every single one of them. You want to, all the resources you can get, you want to utilize all of them.
Okay.
You want to understand how to utilize every single one of them.
Okay, I lied. I have one last one. What do you think about message boards? Bodybuilding.com, RX Muscle, MD. Do you guys have a presence on those, or it's not really?
I used to on Bodybuilding.com. The thing is, it's very niche. Like, you're going to only target a certain demographic, and those are the people who are into bodybuilding and like. Basically, you're naming like bodybuilding forums. It's just going to be the bodybuilding. It's not going to be mainstream.
Okay.
It might attract some people who are in mainstream that just search on the boards and stuff.
Okay.
But that's a very little. Like the people who are most engaged are people like Winston and I who are into this industry. But to gain the most amount of fan base, you have to draw from the outside, the mainstream, and that's where the message works.
I couldn't have said any better. He touched on all those points, and yeah, like you're narrowing yourself to, you know, you go to a gym. You might find one or two out of like 30 people who are really into it and are going to seek that type of knowledge. So, you know, think about one to two out of 30, you know, it's only like 3%.
Right.
So, and I mean, it's probably even lower percent than that. So, because you got people on bodybuilding.com who know all about certain supplements and this and that most mainstream people have never heard about, like controlled labs. So yeah, you really just narrow it.
So you guys are really like studying and calculating everything that you do.
Yeah, I feel like that's actually one thing. I don't mean to, I'm not talking down about anybody, but I feel like that me and Colin, not to be conceited, but we do better than most people. We really enjoy this stuff. This isn't, me and Colin don't do this for monetary value. We really enjoy reading studies, dispelling bro science. You know, some of you might know what that means, but yeah, it's like we just really enjoy that aspect of it, and we really go the extra mile to like search and research certain things.
That goes with anything that you have like a passion for. You're going to go out of your way to search for something, not for any specific reason.
But I feel a lot of people, especially in the men's physique community, they're doing men's physique because they want that. They think of the fame that comes along with being on a fitness magazine, rather than just doing it for themselves.
No, true. And I think one thing that's a real testament to your success is that, you know, we had good turnout. I would have wanted a lot more, but we had good turnout. But you know, Christmas is in a week.
Yep.
MSU and Cooley are out for the term. But yesterday and the last 10 days when I've been flyering, especially yesterday on Grand River Avenue, a lot of people knew Colin and they knew you. They didn't even read the flyer. They just saw your face and said, "Oh, I know him," and then they would share a detail or something. I think that is really important. That especially in your own hometown, that people on the streets, everyday life, know who you are. So you're doing something right for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I've always believed in networking. I mean, probably helps that. I've always said it helps that my name is Winston. But yeah, I don't know. I've always believed in just like, we touched on it, like giving back to the community, helping people around my local gym as much as I can.
Actually, there's another thing. I'm totally lying to you guys. I didn't want to ask you during the seminar, but talk to us about, you know, being Asian American and what you're trying to do as far as, you know, your work in the gym, because we didn't really talk about that.
Like with Asian American, there's not many people in the fitness industry that are like that. Like I only know two mainstream guys, and that's Stan McQuay and Hidetada Yamagishi. Those are like the two main bodybuilders. But in terms of like Asians, like I think it's more of the U.S. base. U.S. base, you don't have much exposure to the Asian demographic, and that's where like Winston and I are trying to like bridge that. And plus, it's also a language barrier. There's not going to be many Asian Americans that can relate to the American crowd because they don't have the same. They can't speak English, and they can't interact with the fan base as much because the sense of humor and stuff, the cultures is different. So having a spokesmodel for the Asian demographic is very important.
Yeah, one big thing that I've noticed, unfortunately, is that I feel like with a lot of Asian Americans, they immediately are discouraged. They think that because they're Asian, that they can't become this, and so they don't even try. They've just conceded or like just resigned themselves to being small and thinking that there's nothing they can do about it because of their genetics, and that's like the furthest, like that's that's not true at all. And that's what I think, at least for me, that's a big thing that I want to do. I think that's probably a goal of Colin's too, that we want to dispel that, that show that Asians can, have a masculine side to them, or even just be, big, gain muscle. A lot of people see Asian Americans as like more of a feminine type, like I don't know, that could be getting into a very heated discussion, but besides that, just gaining muscle. I get countless messages from Asians being, hey, so what's your ethnicity? Because I'm Asian too, and I can't get big. And then I tell them about diet and nutrition and stuff like that. But I just want to dispel that myth, and it's unfortunate that they're already discouraged to begin with, because people perpetuate this stereotype, and so then they start to believe it.
And that without speaking about other people, I know some names were mentioned. I don't want to say yes or no, but you guys are doing this 100% naturally, which I think is also a big distinction to note. You guys don't take steroids or pro hormone. You don't even take pro hormones. I mean, you do this 100%.